Okay. I went through and tinkered with the roster a little bit and noticed some of my guys out of place. I'm not making excuses. I was getting my butt kicked. But back. If I'm going to get beat, I just want it to be fair. That's just the name of the game.
It's Madden NFL 23 on EA Sports, and we'll see Christian Kirk. He's in the top tier of the league, 5th in receiving yards so far this season. It's the Jaguars and the Jets under the lights on Thursday night.
Well, we have a cold night in the Northeast. A bad evening to be without a parka, but we are set for football at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Tonight, the stage is set for our final Thursday night game of the year between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the New York Jets. Hi again, everyone. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, you look at this Jets ball club. They're hot as can be, winners of 8 of their last 9 games.
I don't know if you'd call this start a surprise exactly, but they've proven that they're going to be able to stand toe-to-toe with anybody.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Jaguars, they come in playing reasonably well. Losers the last time out, but winners of 4 of 5 before that. The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. From the 6. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. We'll get our first look at this New York Jets offense, really retooled the last couple of seasons. And at the helm under center, second overall pick from 2021 out of BYU, Zach Wilson.
And we all know the scouting report on him. He can attack the field at all levels with a very strong arm and make big-time plays off schedule. We also see a player with confidence and swagger. We see a guy who knows how to lead a team, who knows how to compete, and wants to be great every time he hits the field.
They'll start on the ground. Hall. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. And hold on here, because on that last run, we have a player who was shaken up. And not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him. And we'll step aside for a moment. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Here's Wilson to throw. He finds his man. Complete. It's Wilson.
There we go. Wilson to Wilson. 17 yards.
17 yards is the pickup there for number 17.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And a good burst there gets him 7 up to midfield. But taking a look at Hall's numbers from a week ago, 12 carries, 73 yards.
Well, obviously, he didn't have a great deal of time between games, having to turn around on a short week and get ready for Thursday night football. But he said in pregame he was feeling pretty good and felt more recovered from last week's contest than he would have expected. Didn't seem to think this short week was going to affect him much as he chases a big performance here in prime time.
Hall again. 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. And now as we get toward the home stretch here, the regular season, Charles, let's take a look at the list of key inactives for them in this one.
Yeah, and after almost a full season of physical games, you know you're going to have some guys missing during the final weeks of the season. Nature of how we play this sport. Every team, you've got to be prepared to handle them. And the teams that focus on handling it, focus on guys getting ready to play even if they're not starters, those are the ones that weather the storm.
Robinson will try to pick it up, and he'll get nothing out of that one. They'll be marked inches short. No gain on the play, and that's going to lead them to 4th down. Remember, that was less than a yard. That was not a full yard. That defense, they were having none of it.
Yeah, the surge the offensive line was seeking actually occurred on the other side of the ball. They reestablished the line of scrimmage and stuffed them.
Wilson on the keeper. And he's got the 1st down before being taken down at the 46. They only needed a few inches, and they didn't get much more than that. But by about the width of a shoelace, they convert on 4th down. So this offense able to convert on 4th, and now a fresh set of downs here, 1st and 10. Shotgun snap and a give to Carter. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4. The Jets at 10-4 on the year, and they come in on a pretty good roll here. Winners of 3 straight.
And they were able to tough it out last week, a close one-score game, and those are the kind of wins that pull you together as a team because everyone gains confidence, and they feel like they can continue to get better.
From the 40 now on 2nd down. Wilson, that's complete. It's Elijah Moore. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 29-yard line. Give him 12 yards there, and the Jets have a 1st.
Here we go.
On 1st and 10, it's Carter. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. The impressive opening drive continues, and just space being created by those guys up front.
We're seeing this the same way, aren't we? We are seeing an offensive line, as this game gets started, as it starts to unfold, that they are dominating the line of scrimmage.
The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard. To throw is Wilson. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on 3rd down.
They'll run with Hall. And he gets this down to the 18. Good enough for a 1st down. Had a chance to maybe limit them to 3 if they could have gotten that stop there, but a new set of downs.
And with a new set of downs, you got to take the mentality of the whole thing. Right now, everyone's looking at the offense and saying they've got the advantage. The best defenses just say, okay, new set of downs, gives us another chance to make a play ourselves and maybe change things up.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Wilson. That pass complete to Moore. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
On second down, a run with Carter. And he's able to get this inside the 10 now to the 9. Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets him into a 3rd-and-1 situation.
And after that type of a run, there's some talking going on down on the field, but it's not trash talking. The guy who just carried the ball, he's going back and telling his offensive line, great job, keep it up, and we'll break that one soon.
And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. A stop there on 3rd. They could have held him to 3 on this opening drive. Now they have to bow their necks on 1st and goal.
And if I'm looking at this from the offense's point of view, that's a big-time pickup right there, and I'd go right at him with another momentum play. I'd go quickly and attack them, because right now they probably have their heads down a little bit since they didn't stop him on 3rd down.
A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door. 1st and goal. On the jet sweep, here comes Moore. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal. Defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, and one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
On second down, a run with Hall. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
So they're back at the 7 now for 3rd and goal. Wilson. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. Credit the sack there to Arden Key.
We always talk about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down. All in all, a pretty decent opening drive, Charles. Pretty balanced. They had the passing game going and the rushing attack, too.
I would think they have to be happy with that start, because you get your ground game going, which means your offensive line and your runners are pretty happy, and then you get your aerial attack going as well, so your quarterback and receivers have smiles on their faces. Now both up to speed, awaiting their next possessions for this game. They can't wait to get started again.
The Jacksonville's offense trots out here for the first time, and all eyes go right to number 16. Now in his 2nd season as the team's face of the franchise, Trevor Lawrence.
The word is potential, potential, potential. Think about this guy from the time he was in high school, one of the top prospects going to college, coming out of college, mentioned as a generational type quarterback. He looks the part. Tall, big arm, surveys the field. It can take off and run when under duress.
Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. And he's not going anywhere to start the night. They stop him at the line of scrimmage. And a stoppage here. We're going to need to take a moment as a Jet was shaken up on that one. Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside.
Ready to go.
Now Lawrence to throw on 2nd down. And he can't find anywhere to go.
All right, there's that defense. There we go.
What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
So now after the sack of Lawrence, the Jags looking at a 3rd and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Nothing open.
Great pressure, man. All right. This is the defense I know.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone Makes defenses a lot bolder.
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. The Cook now on to punt as he gets this one away. A 40-yard punt, 5 yards on the return. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. And the Jets set to take the field. And there, of course, was a lot of talk about this ball game coming into play. 2 division leaders in the AFC. Could this be a potential playoff preview down the line?
Yeah, and I think when you're talking about the talk about this game coming into play, you're talking about me because I blew up your phone all week prior to this one. I was so excited about this game because, to me, it's not out of the realm of possibility that these 2 teams see each other again down the road. I like this matchup. They match up very well against each other.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. Well, you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
They go play action now. Wilson. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Devin Lloyd in there to drop him, and that will go in the books as the first sack of his young NFL career. Congratulations, young man. So a great play there for this highly regarded linebacker, making his first career sack.
And his versatility on display right there. Look, we've known him primarily as a tackler and a cover man, but he can go get the quarterback when the situation calls for it, as he just did right there.
From midfield now, here's Wilson. And incomplete on the deep ball.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them. And I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
And a great job on special teams to down it, as this will be marked down inside the 5-yard line.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that,
yeah,
right?
He said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
To the sideline, wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. Throwing again on 2nd down. Lawrence. Flushed out right. Looking sideline, incomplete.
As quarterbacks like to do, he pushed it downfield on that throw. But I think that since he was outside the pocket and there was open space, it would have been a good time for his first carry of the game.
On 3rd down, Lawrence looking downfield for Jones. And got his man complete. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line. A big 3rd down play there for the Jags. 66 yards. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. The Jags with the football to begin the 2nd quarter, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. A handoff for Etienne. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. On the counter, Etienne. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Now Lawrence. That's going to be complete on the sideline, but, you know, that throw left him no room to run, and the good footwork nearly all for naught. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down. Patterson's kick is good, and that will tie us at 3-3. So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
Yeah, things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to their goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
Field goals all we've had so far. 3-3 now as the kick is away. And this will be a touchback. Berrios deciding not to bring it out. So out now come the Jets. Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Now it's Wilson. And his throw here's incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
The Jets on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Now Wilson. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And this is incomplete. Oh, he looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in. Now the Jets send on Braden Mann to punt. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And they will take over 1st and 10. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. And after the field goal last time, let's see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
On 2nd and 9, Lawrence finds his tight end Ingram. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. And now for him on the season, that is his 80th catch, and the result is a 1st down. Now Lawrence to throw. That's caught. It's Dan Arnold, the tight end. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. To throw again on 2nd down. Lawrence gets this quickly to Ingram. And that's going to be another 1st down as the tackle made at the Jets' 36. 11 yards there as they connect on the quick slant.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end. A guy that you can line up anywhere. In the slot, out wide, in tight. Doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. The linebacker, C.J. Mosley, in on the stop. On 2nd and 7, Lawrence. Throw right. And he lost the football. And it's scooped up by the Jets. And this return is going to be halted right.
All right. Turnover force. Go deep.
Talked this week about ball security. In fact, they added an extra period in practice to be more secure with the ball. It didn't work out there.
Well, sometimes you just get overexcited during the game. You may all of a sudden make your catch, see some open field, and decide you're going for it. And not realizing the danger lurks while you're doing so. And there's your end result right there.
Following the fumble recovery, it's Wilson. He's got a man on the crossing route. That's Moore. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Right way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a 1st down.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a 1st down.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Here's Wilson. He finds Corey Davis. And he will go out right near the 35-yard line. And they get 17 more on that one and another first down.
That's a pretty throw right there. That ball's in the air a long time, but it's right on the money on the right sideline. A really good route. Moving the defenders towards the middle of the field before breaking to the sideline. What a completion there. Big-time arm strength. Very nice route.
Straight ahead is Hall.
Holding offense.
Big Dwayne Brown, the tackle, guilty there.
Still first down.
Here we go.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Hall on a give up the middle. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. If they didn't have that penalty a moment ago, it'd be a first down. Still a nice 13-yard pickup.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
Out of the gun, they run with Carter. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. That one a first down pickup of 8.
We use the word relentless with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really does, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Here's Wilson. And this one is incomplete.
It sort of looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
To throw again on 2nd down. Wilson over the middle, complete. It's Wilson. And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and you can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
On 3rd down, Wilson. He rifles complete, caught by Moore. And the Jets are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And that could be one of those turning point plays in a ball game. A field goal gets you the lead here, but they want to make a statement and get 6 points. And they're certainly going to get that opportunity as they get the conversion and set up 1st and goal.
A kicker fest so far, all points via field goals. They're hoping to change that right here. They'll run with Hall. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. And a stoppage here. We're going to need to take a moment as a Jet was shaken up on that one. And not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Now it's Wilson. Touchdown, Jets.
There we go. Finally got a touchdown late in the 2nd quarter.
He's still a young center corner in this league, 2nd year in the NFL. I don't know if last year as a rookie if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We've seen him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that. So he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the 2nd-year quarterback.
Now Greg Zuerlein on for the extra point. And it's good. That'll make our score 10-3 now. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it ends with a Jet touchdown. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Jaguars getting set to go. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. It's a gain of 13 for number 13, and it gives him a first down. On play action, Lawrence. Man open, here is Jones. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. He got 29 yards that time. Our score 10-3 with 2 minutes remaining in quarter number 2. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Lawrence will throw. Open man is Kirk, complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. So the completion good for 7 there. And it's 2nd down. That time they hit him out of the slot on the drag.
And that route takes some fortitude from the guy running it, because he knows he's going through the briar patch, as I like to call it, right? He's trying to work his way through all that traffic and people wanting to put a little contact on it. Really well done.
But to throw again is Lawrence. They'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 4, good enough to earn him yet another first down. Out of the gun, it's Lawrence. A slant to Jones. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. That one good for 17 yards, and now they've got it 1st and goal.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here, and now they're set up for the 1st and goal.
Lawrence. They'll try and set up the screen to ETN. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. And a stoppage here. We're going to need to take a moment as a Jet was shaken up on that one. Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. From the shotgun, Lawrence. Touchdown, Jaguars. Zay Jones, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Jaguars are an extra point away from evening this one up.
All drives that result in points hurt a defense, but when they are the sustained variety, play after play, and they just can't get off the field and stop them, that can be demoralizing.
Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. There's Elijah Moore as he and the offense come out for another drive. Well, he's within shouting distance of a 1,000-yard season. Going to need a pretty good finish, though, if he wants to reach that mark.
Well, I like how you phrased it, partner. He is within shouting distance. If he stays on this pace, he's got a shot at it. But he needs a big game in there, right, to make sure that he gets it. So you know that during the week, in practice, and look, he asks for the ball all the time anyway. He's really going to ask for the ball and let his quarterback know he's open.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Welcome, Grief.
There's Wilson.
How you doing, buddy?
Again, he finds Moore. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down. Now the Jets going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop him with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
Here we go, here we go.
throw on first down with Wilson. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. Second down. It's rare that a receiver.
Did you guys get a bunch of snow the other day?
He's had his mitts on one and lost it.
Yeah, and I don't think that they're going to lose confidence in him, though, because of the track record. They still go to him in a critical spot.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41.
Dang, really? A lot, huh?
Delay of game. Offense.
The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
Still second down.
And now after the delay of game, they're operating behind the sticks. 2nd and 15. From the shotgun, Wilson. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make 3rd down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big 3rd down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. Out now is the punter, Braden Mann. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And he'll get credit for putting him inside the 20 as the fair catch is made right at about the 19-yard line. 36 yards on the punt with no return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. And they'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Tackled by Ashton Davis up from the secondary.
All right, halftime. Quick break.
Halftime here and a good one. 10-10 is our score. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, we're into the final 3 weeks of the NFL season. A lot of races going to be coming right down to the wire. Before we get it back to you guys, let's check out what we have coming up this weekend on the Week 16 NFL slate. Some great games coming up on Sunday, highlighted by a 1 o'clock matchup in Miami. A good test for the Dolphins as they'll take on the always tough Green Bay Packers. Excellent games in the late afternoon window as well. One being out in Los Angeles, where it'll be the Rams taking on the Denver Broncos. Then on Sunday night, wrap up your Christmas day with a great one in the NFC. The Bucs and Cardinals at 8:20 Eastern Time. We continue on with a check of the next-gen stats in that first half for the Jags. And they've had all sorts of success thus far tonight throwing the football, as they're on pace to throw for 300-plus yards if things continue the way they've been going. Meanwhile, for the Jets, we get a look at their numbers on the ground in that first half, as they'll be looking to rev things up here in a tie ball game. Both teams making their final adjustments for the second half to come. And to bring the action your way, we go back to MetLife Stadium and Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Now here comes Jacksonville. We'll get another look at Zay Jones. Good day for him so far here in the third quarter. He's hit pay dirt once, over 100 yards. But, hey, it's the third quarter. He's thinking, I want more, right?
He wants more, and it just increases the confidence of his team because every play he makes, that means his quarterback is really...
He's got a man, complete. Touchdown, Jaguars. Christian Kirk, 76 yards. And the Jags come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And that makes it a 17-10 score. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. So here's the Jets offense now as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. Well, Charles, you and I said at intermission, feels like we're set up for a good second half. Well, the other side scored. Now it's up to them to answer. How do they respond here with their first drive of the second half?
Well, bottom line is they just saw the ball go in the end zone against their defense, and they saw what good offense looks like. They believe they've got a good offense as well. Run the best plays you've got to the top performers you have, and try to move that ball down the field for an answering score.
From the 31, Wilson. And Davis has it over the middle. Wilson on the hook up to Davis. First down, Jets. Carter straight ahead. Shoves him away. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. They'll give to Hall. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big run. Doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
They'll run with Carter. And he will have the first down as he gets this to the 47. 52 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the first down.
So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 47. On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And some room to roam now. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That burst good for 20 and a first down.
Okay, let's do our version of name dropping here. Let's show off a little knowledge, right? The A gap, the gap between the center and the guard on either side, right? Both sides. Control that. You're going to control an inside running game.
And he had to feel satisfied because he hit that gap, broke the contact. He loves that.
What's going on, guys?
Right? That's what he's going to ask the coach to run back on film.
Let me see that one more time.
Show that again, coach. Look how my legs kept turning. I just kept moving, and he did to the tune of a big game.
There you go, play action now. Wilson.
Wide open. There he is. Oh, man.
And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. That one goes for 24 yards.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little tweaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
Two big plays plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal.
Wow.
Wilson.
Touchdown. Got it. There we go. Way to strike back.
Elijah Moore from 3 yards out. And the Jets are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. So a strong drive here to lead off this third quarter. That has them an extra point away from tying things up.
And partner, this is pretty much what they envisioned when they were sitting there in the locker room thinking about getting things going to start here in the third quarter. Getting out there, a field goal would have been fine. But going ahead and scoring here, an extra point away from tying things up, that's exactly how they drew it up on the board.
Zerline connects on the extra point, and that will level the playing field at 17 all. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. Christian Kirk and company heading back onto the field. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. How many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. Now Lawrence. He'll drop that underneath to ETN. It'll go as a gain of 4, and it'll be third down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
And he will have the first down, but he winds up taking a pretty good
There we
shot.
go. We get a call finally. Thank gosh.
So that one a hold right guard.
And you understand why offensive and defensive linemen probably go to martial arts schools and work on their hands so often, because that can be the make or break difference on a play. This time he had to grab a jersey in order to make the play happen. Got caught for the penalty.
Open man right side.
There we go. There's that shutdown defense. Give me that ball back.
And that's good for a gain of 6. And that's going to bring up a fourth down.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
And on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And here comes Berrios. And he is out of bounds right around the 34. 13 yards the tally on the return there. And the Jets will take over. And New York set to take the field. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass. Defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're getting